I finally found my sister's killer. It's been 3 years since my sister died. I finally know who killed her. My parents told me to let it go. Digging would just make things worse. They said my sister was no angel and she probably brought it on herself. I said if they'd treated her better her whole life, maybe she'd still be alive. So I ignored them. And after years of digging, asking questions, and dispersing some helpfully placed funds, I finally had a name. Angel Flores. That's who my contacts inside the system named. That's who they said killed my sister. But it wasn't enough to know who the killer is. I had to make them pay. I know my sister wasn't perfect. After my parents gave up on her, she started hanging with a bad crowd, doing drugs. Then she started robbing houses to feed her habit. And she got caught. Like I said, she wasn't perfect. But she didn't deserve to die in prison, gutted like a fish and left naked on prison yard grounds. Her killer needed to suffer, to know the person they robbed the world of, robbed her family of, even if I was the only family she had left. The only way to get to Angel Flores was to get into the prison. But they'd never let me in, not when I was a civilian whose sister had been murdered there. So I'd have to be creative. I established a fake identity as a member of a group that counseled prisoners. It took hiring an expert hacker to set up, and months of appearances to solidify, but I established a reputation. Kind, dedicated, helpful, a friendly face happy to spread baked goods, joy, and a smile. Finally, the day I was waiting for came. It was Christmas Eve, and my organization was doing holiday visits. Everyone deserved visitors on Christmas, we said, even the incarcerated. I strolled in with smiles, jokes, and cupcakes, and was granted access. Angel Flores was just down the hall. I worked my way down the row, saying a few words to each prisoner. Then I arrived at Angel's cell. I sat before her. "Do you know who I am?" I asked, looking her in the eye. She didn't. My sister was Rachel Merriweather. At that, she looked up at me, her eyes widening. She started to talk, but I held up my hand and then pointed slowly at the half-eaten cupcake in her hand. Then I made a goodbye gesture with my hand, got up, and walked out. My work was done. As I left the prison, I was surrounded by the macabre display of the bodies of all the guards who drowned in their own blood, half-eaten tetrodotoxin-laced cupcakes on the floor beside them. I imagined Angel reading the note I left with, "I know you didn't do it," written alongside the names of every guard who killed my sister and tried to frame her.